Welcome back, guys, gals, gays, and theys. We're here again, Hangout Quest podcast. I'm Alex. This is Camry.
I'm Camry.
We're here to talk about Genshin Impact and other things. Sometimes we talk about other stuff.
Things also.
Yeah. So like this time we're going to talk a lot about other things. That's the whole point. So Anyway.
Yes, but first
we're going to talk about Genshin Impact.
There is a banner change coming up, or will have happened yesterday when this goes out. Yeah. So we do need to address that quickly because who is it? It's Raiden and Kinich.
Yeah.
And then it's Kujosara, Chevrus, and somebody that didn't feel important. Toma.
It's Toma.
Oh, I love Toma. I feel so bad.
You fool.
Well, I looked at the banner because I don't intend to pull on this banner. And I was like, okay, perfect. Yeah. Nobody that I'm going to be upset to pass on because I either have them or I don't need them.
Right.
Because I would like a Chevy copy, but I'm not going to pull on this banner for a Chevrus.
Yeah, that's pretty much the exact same way I feel. Well, I want pretty much all the 4 stars. I want Chevy copies because Chevy's meta and good. I want Kujosara because I like Kujosara. And I simp for simps, and Kujosara is a simp. So it's like, I vibe with Kujosara. And then I simp for simps, and Toma is an Ayato simp and an Ayaka simp. So like, I heckin' love Ayaka.
And also,
Toma, but,
I love Toma.
Yeah.
I'm a Toma simp. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I love all the 4 stars, but I can't pull on this. I'm on a guaranteed, and the guaranteed is for Venti. So that's just how it is. And Venti's going to be coming around either next patch or the patch after. And that's
right.
That.
And I'm on a guaranteed, and that guaranteed is for Shalonen. So
who's definitely coming.
I'm also
next
locked
patch.
In. She's coming. She's soon. She's in the beta.
She's gonna be
roller skating around.
Next patch. Yeah, allegedly she's rolling around. And it's like, so Shalonen's coming next patch for sure, and I think that she's pretty much the only 5-star. She's the only new character. Like,
I think so. Yeah, I think it's probably another Archon.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's gonna be Shalonen and Archon, and then like, I don't understand how they're getting away with only 1 5-star because I think that means that there's not going to be any new 5-stars on one of the banner halves for 5.1, which is weird.
Oh.
Because, Kanich and, what's her name? Save me. What are you?
Who are you? Mualani?
Mualani. Yeah.
Okay.
Mualani.
I was like, Raiden or Mualani? I'm lost.
Mualani, the new chick. There's only, I think Mualani and Kanich were they're like on the beta the whole time. From a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
Whenever Mualani got.
I haven't seen a lot of Kinich stuff. Like beta leaks.
I don't know.
That, not that we look at those, but it's occurring to me that I didn't really see any for him.
I would never. Yeah, so yeah. But now Shalonen's the only one on the beta that I've seen. Or that I haven't seen technically, allegedly, but
right. No one would ever.
Anyway, so I think that means there's going to be a double rerun banner next patch since she's the only one on the beta.
Well, do they do the beta phase by phase? Because we're supposed to get the Archon at some point.
Yeah, I don't think they do. Well, Archon's
Ensign
probably going to come out 5.2. All the Archons come out like, 3.2, 2.2, 1.2.
Right, usually when the story concludes.
So it's probably going to be 5.2, unless the story concludes a little bit later. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But
okay, I mean, it could be Ensign, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I feel like the beta is for whoever will be on the first phase, and then they'll do another phase of the beta, maybe. But maybe that's a lie.
I think that's a lie. Yeah.
I don't follow the leakers because I don't look at leaks. But if I did look at leaks, I wouldn't follow it so closely that I would know this information.
Yeah, yeah. I follow leaks slightly closer than you, and I think that the whole patch is on the beta. So it's like the first and second half is on the beta. I'm pretty sure. But
if I'm honest, I have followed leaks for pretty blonde tall lady Navia and pretty blonde tall lady Shalonen, and I think that should tell me something about my type, which I didn't think was pretty tall blonde ladies.
I don't think it has anything to do with your type, of course. Like of course not.
Pretty blonde Geo ladies. Maybe that's what I'm missing is the Geo.
Yeah. Dang. That's funny. They really got you. And Shalonen
they got me, and then
really
they came back and got me again.
Yeah, Shalonen's great. I heckin' love her idol animations that I've dreamed up and imagined myself.
Right. Yes. The imaginary dancing on the roller skates is great.
I don't really know what I'm gonna do. I'm still kind of considering pulling for Shalonen. Because I've got a guaranteed right now that's meant for Venti, but I have enough wishes that I can guarantee another character. So like I could just get Shalonen and Venti. But I don't know. It depends. I want to love the Dia like copycat because I love Dia so much. I want to love the Dia copycat, but it'll depend. It'll probably depend on her story quest, whatever that is.
Yeah, but that's super fair. I do think she's also like a really anticipated to be a really meta character.
She is.
So that's
and
also.
I'm about to pull for Venti, who's a super not meta character. So like I could really balance things out by getting a really strong character and a really not strong character. But hey, yeah, I don't know. I'm excited for Shalonen. I'm excited for Natlan. 5.1. I'm pretty hyped about because there's a possibility we meet Zitlali. She's not going to be on the banner, but she's probably coming up.
I think we're probably going to go meet her pretty soon.
I think we're going to go to the Nightwind or the is it Nightwind? The Night Song, whatever. That her tribe we're going to go to next to try to root out the mole.
That's right. Yeah, she sent
who's over.
Kanich got sent there, but
did he? Okay.
I think we're gonna go. I think there's no way that we don't go there pretty soon.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm excited for 5.1, and I think it's gonna be so much better than 4.1. The 4.1 was the Fortress of Meropide, and we hated the Fortress of Meropide. So
yeah, I think we're gonna be a lot happier in 5.1 than we were in 4.1.
Another thing that's coming soon is the McDonald's collaboration. And in honor of the McDonald's collaboration, I want to talk about some fast food with you because we are Americans.
Well, can we quickly talk about the McDonald's collab? Because those wings, you can get a glider from it. So
we're doing a McDonald's collab such that if we go and we order a specific thing off the menu, we get glider wings for our
glider wings characters. And primo gems and some other stuff.
some stuff. A name tag as well that has
burgers on it. Yeah,
burgers on it, which is great.
Burgers.
And I'm excited. I'm glad it wasn't KFC again for North America. I'm glad it was McDonald's, if I'm being honest. Like, I don't like KFC. I don't like McDonald's either, but I'm glad it's McDonald's over KFC.
I also, the KFC glider, I didn't want.
Yeah,
it's not very cute.
This glider is actually not that bad. Like, it looks like...
This glider is literally made for Lenny.
It is. It's made for Lenny, and I'm really happy about it.
It's his ribbons.
Yeah, it
like
looks
exactly
just like
his ribbons.
Lynette's ribbons, but red, which is Lenny's ribbons.
But red, and it has the little, the weird little like metal, the end of the ribbon where it's like cut in a semicircle, and then there's a straight line, and it's got like metal on it, and it's black.
Yeah, it's dope.
Yes.
Dude. It's really cool. It does. It looks like it's going to look really good on Lenny for sure, and I'm a huge Lenny guy.
It's going to look good on Lenny. It's gonna look good on Risley.
Yeah, and
it'll probably look good on
Risley
Beto.
Guy.
I'm trying. I'm trying to be a big Risley guy.
It might be okay on Arlecchino, but I might just have to say with the black.
It might be okay
on
Arlecchino.
We'll
I feel like I did all the dragon spine stuff to get that glider because it's the only one with any like red on it. It has a little bit of red on it.
White, black, and red. Yeah.
And I worked my ass off to get that just for characters who have some red in their kit. So having actually red glider wings to choose from, there's the Natlan ones that are kind of flamey, and then these ones.
The
I think I'll be able
cool.
to. Yeah, I think between the two, I'll be really comfortably able to make all of my characters have a really nice glider.
Right. Yeah.
Which is important to me, and not important as a concept, but important to me.
No, it is. It's important to a lot of people. Like this is good. I like glider collaboration events, and honestly, I wish they happened more often. Because like they've done like just a couple. They've done like 2 KFC things for China, and now there's a McDonald's one for North America, which is like and then they did like a PlayStation one, which is cringe. Right. But hey, and PlayStation gets that free-to-play 4-star bow that none of us get.
I occasionally think about signing in on Lawson's PlayStation with my Hoyoverse account to get the things so I can have all of them.
That'd be pretty dope.
I don't
really know what the prerequisites are.
I've never done it.
I feel like there is a prerequisite for the PlayStation thing, but I don't know what it is.
I have never looked. The wings aren't that cute, so I've never looked that deep into it.
And they look kind of just like there's like a the first time you ever queue in a multiplayer, you get some wings too, and it's like the PlayStation wings look similar. Just like that. So I don't really care. I don't have a PlayStation.
I just don't like going into my closet and seeing a locked glider.
Sure. Dude, it's coming to Xbox soon, though. And
they'll get green wings.
I am an Xbox guy, and I have Xbox. Xbox. Whatever. I'm. The pressure's on. I can't remember, but the Game Pass. I have the Xbox Game Pass.
It's just Xbox Game Pass, I think is what it's called.
I wonder if I'm gonna get anything for that because I have the Game Pass.
You make me want to pout. Green gliders are cool. I don't know who could use them.
Yeah, I mean, Dendro characters.
There's not green glider, so there's the Dendro glider.
There's a couple.
I kind of hate the Sumeru glider.
Do you? Yeah,
low key.
It doesn't really work on a lot of people.
It's like very delicate. It's made for Nahida, and it looks good on Nahida, but it doesn't look good really on anyone else.
Yeah, I'm thinking like Kale. I know I use the Inazuma glider on Kale because she's got the purple earrings.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, it's dope.
I do too, actually, because the Inazuma glider is way cuter on most characters than the Dendro glider. It just isn't. It's not it. Sorry.
Well, I'm here to talk to you about some fast food. Like, I want to know what your favorite fast food is. This is important. Like, now that we've done this McDonald's collaboration and we both claim that McDonald's is not the best fast food, I want to get to the bottom of what is the best fast food.
Sure. So I am largely vegetarian. I occasionally eat fish. I occasionally eat chicken. I don't eat any other meat. So for me, it's easily Taco Bell or Chipotle because I can get like anything with not meat. I can get potatoes or beans.
I have a hard time even including Chipotle because it's like if you include Chipotle, I heckin' love Chipotle.
Chipotle can count as fast casual. We can knock it out of the running, and then the answer would be Taco Bell.
I don't know what. I don't know. I don't want to be a stick in the mud. If we want to, I think a lot of people do consider Chipotle fast food. It's just weird to me because I feel like it's slightly different and it's actually like really unfair. Like it's so much better than other fast food. It's weird. I don't know. But
is Subway fast food?
Yeah, I don't know. Because I wouldn't really call Subway fast food, but I feel like a lot of people would. So I don't know.
I think if you consider Subway fast food, then you have to consider Chipotle fast food because it's the same thing.
Yeah, I think it's the same thing. And
I think it's the same thing.
I think for the purpose of this conversation, we can include it because it's like I'm thinking about like chains that we can do these collaborations with, and I feel like Chipotle you could do a collaboration like this with. There's enough of them
There's enough of them.
Chipotle on like every other block in cities in America. So it's like, it's the same as I can't say it's the same as McDonald's, but it's pretty much the same as
McDonald's. It's not quite as ubiquitous, but it's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Now, if I'm gonna have a little chicken, hands down, my favorite fast food restaurant all time is Panda Express.
I also love Panda Express, dude.
I love it. I used to work there. We don't have one in the city where I live. We don't have one kind of anywhere near me. So when I go to visit Alex, Lawson laughs at me because I try to hit a Panda Express twice while we're there.
I live right across the street
from
a Panda Express. But yeah, dude.
I know. You don't know
really
how many arguments.
That's unfortunate, dude. I heckin' love Panda Express, dude. I go there all the time. Yeah, I love Panda Express. Do you like their I can't believe it's not I can't believe it's not chicken chicken that they have? Because they have veggie chicken.
So the veggie chicken is new, and I haven't been to Panda Express since they started doing that.
Dang, dude. I think it's really good. I think it's great. I think it's great.
I would love to try it. I would be so excited to try it. But
I think it's like my favorite veggie meat.
I have to drive like 90 minutes to find one.
That is so horrible. I can't believe
it's just not doable.
Existence. Okay, so let's go through some of the major ones. Arby's, what do you feel? Yeah, that's all meat. So yeah.
Well, I also like curly fries and it's mozzarella sticks.
So I feel like similar to McDonald's, the reason I don't like McDonald's fries is because they're so inconsistent. Like the best McDonald's fries are pretty good, but 80 to 90% of the time, McDonald's fries are just awful. And I don't know. It's really upsetting. And I feel the same way about curly fries. I'd say that they're slightly more consistent than McDonald's. It's like 75% of the time they're awful, and 25% of the time they're pretty darn good. So I don't know. That's how I feel about that. I heckin' love their roast beef sandwiches, though. That's obviously not something you'd be interested in, but
that's okay. No, they have a milkshake that's like mocha flavored.
Okay.
Yeah, that's killer.
Heck yeah. Well, I mean, Starbucks. I feel like Starbucks could do a collaboration with Genshin.
Yeah, if you put Starbucks in the fast food category, then I don't have room to talk about anything else because I'm a coffee on my way to work kind of.
Are you
person?
I'm always late to work, so I can't stop and get coffee. But
I will get up 15 minutes early on days when I don't have a first thing in the morning appointment, and I will get me some Starbies, and they have a tomato mozzarella sandwich, meatless sandwich that's really good.
I see. Interesting. Yeah, I've been meaning to add coffee shops to my morning routine. It's just that the 15 minutes, right now at whatever o'clock PM, my brain is like, yeah, you should do that tomorrow morning. And then my tomorrow morning brain says, yesterday's brain had no idea what he's talking about. We're going to stay in bed today instead. And that's,
the operative phrase in my coffee getting is if I don't have a first thing in the morning appointment.
Sure.
Because most days, my first appointment of the day is at 8:30 or 9 in the morning.
I see.
And so like, on a 9 in the morning day, if I just get up like it's an 8:30 day, I can get coffee.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So it's like not that much of a push. But when I used to always have the same start time, I wasn't. I was getting a coffee in the afternoon kind of person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love coffee.
I make a lot of my coffee at home now, but.
Heck yeah, dude. I'm trying to get into it. I'm trying to turn this into a hobby of mine to make better coffee. Anyway, what Taco Bell? You like Taco Bell? This is something you enjoy. You would like Genshin. You would be more happy with a Taco Bell collab than a McDonald's collab.
Yes, and they would do it. They do Cheez-Its. They do, I don't know.
I think they do Call of Duty.
Weird
sometimes.
stuff. They do Call of Duty.
I think
They did
I could be imagining that, but
I feel like they did one of the esports things. There was like a special box for that or something.
Yeah. Taco Bell does all sorts of nonsense.
They do collabs
for collabs. Yeah.
Yeah,
and that's super. That is,
so
no one's arguing. That's fast food as fuck. So,
make me buy a Baja Blast and I get something in Genshin. Cool.
I love Baja Blast, dude. They're just
I don't actually like it, but
you don't like Baja Blast? Oh my god.
It's just so it's okay. My cardinal sin, my fatal flaw as a human is that I don't have much of a sweet tooth. And Baja Blast, awful. I can drink like it's good, but I can drink like 4 ounces. And then I have had more sugar than I want to have. I'll get an unsweetened tea when I go to Taco Bell if it comes with a drink.
I see. Tragic. What have we talked about? Arby's, Taco Bell, McDonald's, Wendy's. That's a good one.
Yes,
Wendy's
is good.
Have you ever been to a Wendy's? Yeah.
Yeah. My husband's a Wendy's junkie.
Is he? I feel like I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's kind of a Wendy's. If I let him, he would go 4 or 5 times a week.
I see. It's kind of cheap. I think Wendy's is good. I like some of their stuff.
If you know how to order, it's cheap. I like their fries. They have really good unsweetened tea. If I'm eating a chicken, they have a good spicy chicken patty that's actually spicy, which is nice.
Yeah, I like their value menu chicken sandwich. The problem is I don't go there anymore because when I order it's called like a crispy chicken sandwich or something, and it's like I feel like the employees always just think I'm talking about the $5 chicken sandwich instead of the value meal chicken sandwich. I don't know, and it's just annoying. But hey, I like their food though. In general, I like the crispy chicken sandwich a lot. But dude, I don't trust.
You can order in an app now. I hate that. By the way,
yeah.
I hate that so much. I'm such an old person about restaurants. I don't want a QR code menu on my table, and I don't want to have to order on an app.
The only thing I like, I'm with you. I am also a boomer when it comes to stuff. I like paying when the receipt has a QR code, and it's like I can just go there and pay with my PayPal really quick.
Yeah, that's fine.
Nice. I like that. But other than that, I don't like. I'm with you. I don't like QR code menus. I like the QR code paying, and that's like it.
Yeah, I'm fine with QR code paying, and I know that makes me a hypocrite, but I feel like the QR code menu, it never works. I can't ever get ordering already makes me anxious because there's sort of an unspoken clock on it. You're wasting the server's time if they have to keep coming back. And when the QR code menu doesn't work, then I'm like, I don't know, just bring me whatever you want. Yeah. I get too anxious about it.
I feel like I don't run into problems with the QR code ordering because I feel like a waiter comes up and talks to me before. Well, and it's like they know I'm not doing the QR code menus, so it's it doesn't turn into a problem because they, that's just kind of my experience.
There are a lot of restaurants here that it's the food menu is regular, but the drinks menu is a QR code that's on the table. If you want to see the list of all the stuff that's on tap at the pizza restaurant, you have to scan the QR code, or you have to ask the server, and they'll go let me think. I think right now we have some of this and some of that. It just
yeah, I'm pretty comfortable talking to servers these days, so that's it. I guess that's just a privilege of mine. But
I don't mind to talk to them. I just prefer to not waste anyone's time.
Sure.
If they have to go back in the kitchen and ask what's on tap, I'm just gonna order water.
Does Applebee's count as fast food? What do you think?
No.
Okay.
No, Applebee's is it's a sit down restaurant with waiters. I feel like if I feel like if there's wait staff, it can't be fast food.
Okay, that's your criteria. Interesting.
Yeah. If you get it cafeteria style at the counter, like Subway or Chipotle, that's fine. Or Panda Express. But I feel like if there's someone who comes to your table and takes your order and then comes back with your food for you, that's not fast food anymore.
Interesting. Yeah, because I feel like that it's not that this contradicts, but I'm thinking of like Shake Shack and like Freddy's, like where it's kind of a sit down restaurant, but there's no waiters.
That's fast food.
Yeah, I think I consider that fast food as well. I'd heckin' love Genshin Impact, like Freddy's collab. Oh my god.
Freddy's, at least to my knowledge, has drive-thrus too.
It does, yeah. Mm-hmm. I used to go to Freddy's a bit more, but I don't know, man. It's just like heckin' expensive right now.
That's not a thing we have out here.
Unlucky. There might be a KC exclusive. I don't know where all Freddy's. I guess it's just Midwest.
It's in Kansas, yeah.
Because we had them in Springfield. I went to college in Springfield, Missouri.
Yeah, and they had them in Topeka because I used to work there.
Heck yeah! And then we've got them here. I live in Kansas City now. For all my avid fans out there,
I don't. But I'm not going to tell you where I live. For all of Alex's avid fans out there.
Interesting. Burger King. I like Burger King well enough. But I got enough Burger King in college. I lived on the same block as a Burger King, a Taco Bell, and a Domino's Pizza. And Burger King is the only one that I like don't want to eat at anymore these days. Like I don't really like Burger King anymore. I like Domino's well enough, but it's because I can't get Domino's that often because I can't get it. I can't get it delivered to my apartment because delivery people don't like my apartment.
Right, it's confusing.
Yeah, my apartment's really crazy. Confusing. But I heckin' love Taco Bell still to this day. Unfortunately, great. I think that my
Burger
favorite
King never has done it for me. There was an era where they didn't know what their fries should be, and they were trying out like new different kinds of fries every month or every couple of months. And for a minute, they had really good crinkle fries, like crispy, crunchy crinkle fries. But it wasn't the one that stuck, so I don't go.
Dang. I liked their they had like chicken fries. I think that's what they called it. I don't remember what it's called, but their chicken wings that were just like, in fry shape. And I like
think that still exists.
I think it does too. I think it's kind of a gimmick that they latched onto. I think it sold pretty well. I like them, I think that they taste pretty good. But I like the burgers at Burger King though. I like a Whopper, so yeah. What about like a pizza place? Like, do you like Domino's or like Pizza Hut?
I like Domino's. Recently, we've been getting from Papa John's some because they have like a New York pizza right now that's good. But Domino's is my pick because they have like a white sauce spinach pizza that's good.
I see. I couldn't be me, but yeah, nice.
I have just all the worst. Like you're asking me about fast food, and I'm going to return to you with the worst orders. Like no one wants a white sauce spinach pizza. I do. That's all I eat there. But I recognize that my fast food takes are unpopular.
Heck yeah. Yeah, I kind of like Papa John's, but I ate too much of it in college. There was a Papa John's in our student union, so probably giving a little too much info there. Hey, but
you already said you went to school in Springfield. There's just the one, so
there's pretty much just the one. Hey, we heckin' love it. I don't know. I have never worked in fast food. You worked at Panda. I have never worked like at a food place. And everyone says, "Oh, you need to work there so that you understand what like the waiting staff is going through and stuff." And it's like, you know what? I don't think I do need to work there. I think I'll just believe you when you say it's super stressful, and then I'll just tip. Like I don't. I think that I don't need to do that at all. Actually.
I think that sympathy is just fine. I don't think you need to have had the experience personally.
Yeah, that's what I'm banking on.
Yeah. No, I've worked food service. I have worked retail. I have worked customer service. I have had every job that no one wants to have. You don't have to have had the job that no one wants to have to like recognize that no one wants to have it. It's fine.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. The worst I've done is like, I was a cashier at Walmart in high school, and that was really crazy. My first day running a cashier was on Black Friday, which was pretty fun. Yeah. That was really interesting.
Yikes.
They needed more people.
In the era where Black Friday was like a real thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. People died. Yeah, not at my store. Anyway, that's fun. So what do you think about we're missing some fast food places. I'll think about them later.
Hit us with your favorite fast food places in the comments, all you avid commenters.
So Kazuha and Beto are our collab partners
Mascots?
this time. Yeah. Which is really interesting. I'm trying to remember. I know Noelle was the KFC face like both times, but I can't remember who else was with Noelle. I don't know. I feel like who would be the best McDonald's employee? You know, we have all these memes out here on Reddit of all of the Genshin characters with McDonald's hats on. And you know the origin of that. You told me before, but I can't remember. What is the origin of the McDonald's hat? Genshin,
I believe it's from a tier list video where somebody did the concept of who would be the best McDonald's employee, and they photoshopped the hats onto everybody. And then those photos were distributed.
I see.
I think it could be the case that those went out and then she made the tier list, but I sort of doubt that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I would love to credit the creator, but I don't. It was a long time ago. I don't remember.
Well, I have no idea what their opinions were. What are your opinions? Who's the best McDonald's employee? I saw a short once of Zhao being a McDonald's employee, and I heckin' loved it, dude. I think that Zhao being a McDonald's employee is probably my favorite pick, but it's just because of that fan-made short I saw. Because it's like, he's so dutiful. So, like, if he took it seriously, he would be a good employee, you know? Like, I like it. I love that there's a McDonald's Kokomi icon that I see all the time. I feel like that's I like Kokomi as a McDonald's employee. I think that'd be funny.
Let me think.
Because there's a lot of characters that wouldn't be good employees, you know? Like,
that's what keeps coming to mind is like horrible. Who would be a terrible? Ningguang would be bad. Rex Lapis would be bad. Yeah. Lenny would be bad. I think Lynette would be surprisingly good.
I think if Lenny, Lynette, and Fremine, if they were tasked, like if they wanted to be good, like employees,
well, sure, if they wanted to,
but they wouldn't. So it's like, you know, what's the, you know, they'd be stealing my wallet, you know. I don't know, like
they'd get bored and they'd do some shit that they weren't supposed to do. Who would be good? Kujo Sara, if Raiden asked her to run the McDonald's.
Oh, okay. That's a good point. But like Siegeween would be such a horrible, like, I don't want
terrible.
Yeah, Siegeween is the type of person that's like, yeah, you would get your order wrong on purpose, and she's like trying to do you a favor, you know, and it's like
and it would be gross. Awful.
Right, and along with that, like Risley would be, I don't think he'd be very good.
Risley wouldn't care, and he would steal money.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, dude. Because I'm thinking, like, is Kazuha or Beto, are either of them good McDonald's employees? I don't know.
Beto's not. No.
I don't think Beto is.
I don't know that Kazuha is either, because it feels like it's not a serious enough thing for him to be doing.
Yeah, he's quite an edgy boy.
He'd be like, I don't know, try for a day or two, but he's also like sort of a restless guy. He wants to do things and learn things and be out here.
I don't know. He could be a Walmart he could be a McDonald's employee. He would just have to write lots of edgy poems about it. You know, like he'd have to express himself in other ways.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Noelle would be good at any kind of service job, so she would be fine at that.
If
that
anyone
feels like a
attacks the
cop out.
McDonald's, Noelle would help.
I don't think we have to factor in if anyone attacks McDonald's.
Oh, okay.
I don't. I think the line with if you're a good McDonald's employee is like, you have to either take the thing you're doing so seriously that it feels important, or not take life too seriously so that it doesn't feel like, because they're like Genshin. I'm not saying that people who work at McDonald's, like, it's not an important thing to do, but they're Genshin characters. And it's like, in this kind of high fantasy world, they could be, you know, like cutting islands in half or what. Like, the stakes are high for the jobs that they could have. They could be a
the
pirate.
Stakes are quite high.
You know, so it would have to be somebody who either just really cares about what they do, or somebody who doesn't want to do anything that's higher stakes and wants sort of a simpler life in the world of Genshin.
Which is why I feel like Zhao is a fun pick. Like, if
Zhao was a great
we could
pick.
convince him that McDonald's was high stakes, he would be the best McDonald's employee. Like, he's so dutiful. I mean, Beto doesn't take life too seriously. So, like, if she decided that, like, she needed to do this,
so much unserious, she would take it far too unseriously.
Yeah,
she'd be like bringing employees back into the kitchen and letting them cook stuff if they wanted to, and like she would be a little bit too laissez-faire about it.
Yeah, that's probably true. Just be high as fuck on the job 100% of the time.
Yeah.
Never giving the customers what they
just
really want.
Just drunk off her ass.
Yeah.
Messing with people's orders for fun.
Yeah, I don't know if Beto's quite it, but...
No, I don't think Beto's probably is.
Kazuha is okay. I feel like he'd be okay. Like you said, he might be okay for a couple of days, you know? Like, if there's a problem at the McDonald's that needed to be fixed, he could do it.
Yeah, but he's one of these, like, high destiny guys.
He is a high destiny guy. He has to go face off against the Raiden Shogun. You know, he can't be a McDonald's worker respectfully. And that's just how it is. I don't know. I was thinking Farina needs to learn what fast food is, dude. Like, she's got the macaroni all the time. Like, if she just knew, like, the McDonald's existed, I feel like she'd get a lot out of it, you know? Or other fast food places.
You know what? I feel like if Farina was at one of the franchises that it's like, our employees are family, you do what you're supposed to do, we got your back, you can come to us with your problems, she would be in absolute heaven because she doesn't have any support. So she'd be like, yeah, you know, Kelly has been at McDonald's for the last 10 years and she's great and she loves to teach me all the new things and she's so sweet and she wants to hear all about what's going on with me and I love it there.
Yeah, you're actually right. Yeah, yeah. Farina totally is the kind of person that's like a sit-down restaurant with like a talkative waiter who's like trying to get a tip. They could win Farina over so easily.
A dangerous situation.
They would be.
It would be hard for them to get her to move on with her day.
Yeah, heck yeah, dude. Yeah. Farina's the type of person that's like, you know, how's your day going? And Farina's gonna tell you. It's not going too well. Let me tell you about it. Which is going to be great, you know? Like, I love that. I love Farina, dude. Anyway, that's great. I don't know if she'd be a great employee, though. I
think she would try her hardest.
She would try really hard.
And I think that she would be able to learn.
Yeah.
I kind of think she's the best pick. I do kind of think that this would be something after pretending to be so important for so long and now wanting to be so normal that actually this would be very perfect for her and she would excel and enjoy it.
I feel like if she was like a Starbucks employee, that'd be pretty dope.
That'd be very, very
a barista. Good. That'd be pretty sweet. And like she knows all about like the Fontaine characters. I feel like they all know about the Starbucks. They all know about the cafe coffees, you know, like that's
yeah
that's gonna be their thing.
Yeah, they serve Fanta in those huge cafe au lait bowls.
Right. Yeah, dude,
you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
That ridiculous asset in that scene. Absolutely ridiculous asset.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I guess I think I would classify Starbucks as fast food. I think that's something
I know. I think it is. I just don't think of it as fast food because I usually get drinks, but like that's fast food.
All right. I think that's all I got to say about this McDonald's collaboration. I'm happy about the McDonald's collaboration, honestly. Like we're gonna have to order some new food. I guess to end on this, I don't know how much I'm gonna like the what is it, the
chicken sandwich thing.
Yeah, the the deluxe McCrispy meal. I don't know. We'll see. I'm a McChicken guy, but we'll see. You don't believe in food waste. I believe in food waste. I will order this, get the QR code or the whatever code, and then throw that shit away if it looks nasty. But, yeah.
All right, that's fair.
We'll see.
I will eat it, whatever it is. I'll even eat the gross McDonald's fries that taste like oil.
Yeah. Well, maybe you'll get lucky.
Maybe.
So. Next topic. Let's move on. We're going to continue on the not okay, so that was kind of Genshin related, but we're going to continue on.
That was very Genshin related.
We're going to talk. I want to talk about some of our non-Genshin related media consumption. Like, what kind of nerds are we these days? What's going on in the rest of our media pop culture life? Movies, books, video games that we are doing other than Genshin. Even though, 5.0 just came out, so you and I are both kind of on a Genshin-like thing right now, but the weeks leading up to this, what have we been up to? What kind of movies and stuff have you been watching?
I don't do that. I don't like movies.
Sure.
But okay. I've been watching a lot of stuff. It's starting to get chilly here. And spooky, and I'm starting to get seasonally depressed. So right this minute, I'm rewatching Supernatural, as I sort of do every couple of years, because it's. I don't want to just say it's bad because that's just a base take. Everyone has that take. It is fun and also not fun. But it's spooky and more emotional than you would expect the show to be.
Sure. So, it's like as emotional as my loved one's been kidnapped. That level of thing happens every episode.
Every episode.
That's great. That's fine. That's fantastic.
There's
I've
some
never
kind
seen
of
Supernatural,
soapy.
By the way. I just know that.
Some kind of soapy drama going on between the characters all the time, and it gets more and more ridiculous as it rolls on. There is a dry patch at a certain point. It gets boring, and you just kind of skip around. If you're a rewatcher, like me, you watch the Scooby-Doo episode. It's a good one.
Sure,
it's animated.
Thank you. But
there's good stuff. It's kind of mindless, which is nice. I've been crocheting a lot and just taking it in.
So that's kind of what you're up to majorly
that's one of the major. The other one is I'm evolving as a nerd. I'm becoming geekier. I've been watching a lot of Dimension 20, which is a D&D.
Oh geez, holy cow. That's quite nerdy. Yeah,
geez. I know.
That's my kind of nerdiness. That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing is I got Dropout TV, which is it's the company that College Humor used to be. Lots of those people still. And there's a great show on there called Game Changer. It's like a game show, but the game they're playing changes every time. And the contestants never know what they're doing. They have to figure it out by playing, which is fun. And I got to like a lot of the cast through that. And then I watched some other things first as well before I finally was like, okay, I like podcasts, this is essentially that, but you get to see the people do it. And I don't know nothing about D&D. I know next to nothing about D&D. So this should be fine.
Right. Heck yeah.
And it was fine. And it is fine. And I enjoyed it a lot. So it's been cool. a lot of those things and crocheting. Wildly different vibes.
Yeah, I mean, that's great. No, I think that crocheting and D&D are actually quite similar in vibes, but I see what you're saying.
Oh, yeah, I meant Supernatural and D20 are wildly different.
Yeah. Sorry, yeah. Crocheting is like that's like a bridge hobby that all these things can actually
oh yeah, absolutely.
You've played a little bit of D&D with me.
We played how many sessions?
Like 5 at least.
Like maybe 5?
Heck yeah. But hey, that's great.
I would play again.
Heck yeah. Well,
I wanna play a trapeze artist.
Heck yeah, dude. I don't know. You've cut straight to my heart here. I love circus ringleader type vibes. Lenny and Lynette, dude. I'm just like, I heckin' love. I love these things, but
I do too. I do too. Absolutely.
So, other video games I play would include Teamfight Tactics. That's something I play a ton of. And that's something that's something I play most days. Other thing, I like Elden Ring and League of Legends, but I'm not playing those right now. Movies I watched like recently, like in the past like week or two. I watched Zone of Interest. Wildly different than you. You hate like real movies. I love real movies. I'm pretentious as fuck. I am an armchair movie critic. I love movies so much. Zone of Interest. It's like a Holocaust movie that got like it might have gotten it got a lot of awards last year, and I kind of missed it, but I finally watched it the other week. I like it. I have a lot of thoughts. I think it's great. But so if you've seen that, it's cool. It's like 3.5 hours long, and it's you would hate every second of it. Absolutely every second of it. But it's super cool.
Only watch 90-minute romps. You can't get me to sit down for 3 hours for a movie about the Holocaust. What are you doing with your time?
Yeah, it's awful. It's great. I loved it. I think it was pretty good. I don't know if any. I don't know if there's any crossover. I don't know if there's another Genshin player on the planet that has seen Zone of Interest. And then I watched Min, which is like it's kind of like a psychological thriller about
men.
Yeah, men, just MEN.
Just the concept of men,
and it is. Yeah, it's like a horror movie about a woman who just like went through like a horrible like thing. Like her husband died. I don't really. It was a horrible situation. Super crazy thriller movie. It's like I don't even want to explain the plot because it's like I don't know. I'll just explain. I'll explain the plot a little bit. Her husband died and said like I'm gonna kill myself. She was leaving him, and he's like, I'm gonna kill myself if you leave me. He did that, and then she's going out to and she's like, yeah, that's fine, dude. I hate you. And then she goes out to like a cottage village like type thing in Europe or whatever, like to get to take a vacation or whatever, and try to recenter. And it's just this horrible situation. The gimmick of the movie, what I really liked was that all of the men in the story were played by the same actor, because it's like all the men are the same to her. And I don't know, I really liked it. Like some of them were kind of nice, some of them weren't. Like I don't know. All of them ended up being a horrible monster, like the monster. It's a monster movie.
Oh, okay.
Where it's just an amalgamation of all the men that we've met in the story, and she's trying to get over it. Like there's a fatal flaw. The flaw is she thinks all men are the same. Anyway, it's fun. I don't know. I like it. It got a lot of shit. That Zone of Interest got like a ton of awards, and Men got like a ton of critical like backlash because all critics are men. So it's like it's a crazy like I don't know. And anyway, those are the two movies I watched the other week that are like, the real movies I watched recently.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. I love Teamfight Tactics though. That's like the game I'm playing recently.
The movie I watched most recently was Deadpool, Wolverine, whatever.
Oh, geez, yeah.
Because we wanted
You're
to
kind
go
of a
to the
superhero
theater.
guy.
I'm reluctantly kind of a superhero guy. I'm definitely an X-Men guy. I loved X-Men growing up. So Wolverine's in this X-Men. One. Had to watch it. Yeah. But I think before that, the most recent movie I watched was Everything Everywhere All at Once. I don't think there was any movies in between. That was the most recent
movie you watched?
Yeah, I don't think there were any movies in between those two. And that was on New Year's. We watched it on New Year's.
I was just saying, that was a long time ago you told me about that. Because you just like texted me one day. You're like, Alex, have you seen Everything Everywhere All at Once? I'm like, yeah, I won Best Picture last year. Like, it was great.
I think I told you I had finally seen it because you had talked about it before.
Yeah, it's a great movie. Yeah. I heckin' love that movie. It's fantastic.
We fully watched it because of you. So it couldn't have been that I asked you if you'd seen it.
I see. I didn't realize that. Yeah,
I don't watch movies lightly, as you
I'm glad you watched it. I'm glad you liked it. Watch Parasite next. Don't do that.
I don't think so.
Don't do that. Yeah. Don't.
I like movie podcasts. I like the Bechdel cast.
Perfect. Yeah, dude. I like the Bechdel test. I have not seen that podcast though.
No, it's a good. I think they're audio only. But it's Caitlin Durante and Jamie Loftus. Jamie Loftus has several like one-off journalistic podcasts that are fun. There's one about Mensa. There's one about the spiritualist movement. There's one about the Kathy comics. There's one coming out right now called 16th Minute of Fame that I'm listening to. That's about like people who were the stars of the internet. Like I think it was last week's episode was about Left Shark. She interviewed the guy. You don't know who Left Shark is? Okay. That's fine.
I'm sometimes, I like to blend in with the kids by saying like Vine quotes. So I don't know what's going on.
Well, this is from that era. Katy Perry Super Bowl show. Left Shark, that the choreography was different. It's fine.
Okay. No, I don't know what you're talking about. But
it was a big meme in, I don't know, 2016 or something.
A relic. Yeah, heck yeah. That's great. I must have missed it. That's funny. Which is crazy. Yeah. 2016 was my prime internet years. That's, that was prime, Vine.
Yeah,
years.
it's shocking that you missed this in the internet history. It was like 2015, 2016 or something. Yeah. Kind of in that realm.
I might just, I don't know. Yeah. But that's fun. Heck yeah. So you're a big podcast person.
I like to listen in my downtime while I'm doing paperwork and stuff.
I like podcasts well enough. Sometimes I go on podcast kicks. There's a couple Spotify podcasts about like there's like what do they call, like radio dramas of like fairy tales that I listened to a long time ago. I think it was a podcast called Tales. And then another one that was like a mythology thing. It was done by the same people.
Wow,
so I listened to some radio
production.
dramas about mythology and fairy tales. And then like other than that, I haven't listened to a ton of podcasts. Oh, there was one for astrology that I listened to on Spotify, but it got canceled a couple years ago, and I honestly still miss it in my morning routine because it was like it's like 2-minute episodes of like, hey, good morning, Libra. Here's what all the stars are doing today, and they tell me, and it's like I like it. I liked it a lot, and it got canceled. So
that's cute.
I need to find a new astrology podcast that gives me a 2-minute reading every day. Like that's what I need in my life.
Do you want me to just call you every morning and read you your horoscope?
Yeah, dude, that'd be great. I heckin' love horoscopes, dude. I think they're the most fun thing ever. But yeah. I'm not a huge podcast other than that. There's a D&D podcast I watch from XP to level 3, like one of the biggest D&D creators out there, other than other than Critical Role.
Critical Role, Dimension 20, which is where I'm at. Yeah. And I like Dungeons and Daddies also.
Right. Yeah, you told me about Dungeons and Daddies. I'm not a big fan of Dungeons and Daddies, but
that's fair. It's very silly. That it was sort of my entry point into D&D, because D&D is like, or felt to me at the time, like way too crunchy, and I didn't understand it. And they sort of self-admittedly barely play D&D, so it was a really good entry point. But I think the more I get to learn about D&D, the more I can see where it would be hard to get into. If you like the crunchy aspects, because there's not a lot of that in there. This season they're doing Call of Cthulhu Mothman 1950s thing, and it's really fun.
Heck yeah. Yeah, dude, I think that most people that play D&D barely play D&D, and that's kind of the draw. It's like so you find some people and you're like, "Hey, let's like play some D&D." And you're like, "Yeah, let's do that." And then no one actually, really wants to like get into it. So everyone just kind of half-asses the rules, but then whole asses the playing, which is the fun part. So
yes, that's what that is. D&D. Yeah. Dimension 20 is very full-assing both things.
Geez, yeah. I like it a lot. There are some groups of people, that if you take the rules super seriously, it can go pretty far. No. Books. I don't know, man. I'm just now I'm reading the Legends and Lattes sequel that came out like last year sometime.
And, let me know how you feel about it, because I bought it. I pre-ordered it on the strength of the first one, and then I learned it was a prequel, and I never read it.
Jeez, yeah. I'm like a couple chapters in now. It's fine. It's fine. It's just like what I wanted. Legends and Lattes. I don't know if I like clarified that. Legends and Lattes was an amazing novel from like COVID era. And there was a sequel to it, and I like it. Or prequel. It's a prequel. That's the problem, though, is that it's a prequel.
That's the problem.
It's like I like the main character well enough. I don't mind learning about some of her like prequel stuff, but I want the continuation of the romance from the original novel in a sequel. That's what I want. Not a prequel.
That's why I pre-ordered it. I should have read the description.
It's horrible. Yeah. And I think I'm going to be doing The Way of Kings next, which is it's like the most popular medieval fantasy thing that is not Game of Thrones right now. Brandon Sanderson is like a super popular
I know author. That name.
Yeah, you do. Everyone knows his name, but he did like Wheel of Time and stuff like that. Yeah. Or like he finished Wheel of Time after the Wheel of Time guy died.
No, I know him from maybe from the books you're talking about. I had caught snippets of the audiobook of it. My dad was listening back when I spoke to my dad, and I don't know. The bits I caught just sounded pretentious, and I didn't want to read it.
Yeah, I have tried The Way of Kings before, and I bounced off of it. Like I didn't really like it that much, especially in comparison to Game of Thrones. I'm a huge Game of Thrones fan, and I like it for some of the more pretentious aspects of it. Like there's a lot of poetic language, and people caring a lot about stuff. And I just didn't like Brandon Sanderson's writing style, because I feel like it wasn't the prose were very plain. There's no purple prose at all. And I don't know, man. It's just not really my thing. I'm a purple prose guy. I like pretentious stuff. But I don't know. I want to give it another chance because it's so popular. Like just everyone heckin' loves Brandon Sanderson. And I feel like I'm kind of missing out not being at least a little bit informed on what's going on. And his books are actually coming out, unlike George R. R. Martin's books. So it's like, he's got
sort
momentum.
Of famously, he's like sort of a robot about how much he writes and how on schedule his things are.
Yeah, he writes a ton of books, and he's like super transparent about, like, I really like the guy. I listened to his podcast a little bit. Actually, we were just talking about podcasts. I kind of forgot that I really like listening to him talk about like writing and stuff, because a little bit of an armchair writer as well, and it's like I want to hear him talk about like some of the stuff. He makes I don't know, he's fun to listen to about storytelling stuff, which is fun. Brandon Sanderson, he's got a YouTube channel and he's got a podcast, and he he talks about all this stuff all the time. BookTube is a good place to be. I love BookTube, dude. It's a good place on the internet.
That's fun. Unfortunately, I'm reading for work mostly, so
yeah, you read nonfiction.
There's
stuff.
a radical acceptance book. There's a neuropsychology book, and then there's a book about couples therapy that I'm like knee deep in all three of them because I can't focus on one thing at a time like a person would.
Mm-hmm.
So
well, that's crazy because you are a person and not a robot. So
I know.
Just like me. Yeah.
Yeah, but definitely not a programmed robot or an android or anything that's not 100% human.
Excellent. That's great to hear. That's pretty much all the things I do, like that's all my different media things. So I listen to a ton of YouTube. I don't know, you listen to podcasts a lot more. I listen to just YouTube videos about Genshin Impact and about Game of Thrones and about like Lord of the Rings. We're watching Rings of Power. I don't know if that
not we. I'm not included in that.
Not you.
I
we
will
is
not.
in me and your husband. Me and your husband are watching Rings of Power. And dang, dude. All right, so anyway, let's move on from that. My point is, I watch YouTube videos about Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, the anime I'm watching, whatever that is, and then like Genshin Impact.
Yeah, so, you're sort of focused. I like commentary YouTube, so I've got stuff coming across my page all the time. I'm kind of looking right now at what I've got.
Just like random stuff.
Lawson and I have just started watching Drama Queen is the creator. She's like this really cool goth chick that talks about, whatever the current trends on TikTok are and how bad they are for society and mankind.
Mm-hmm. So she's a goth chick. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, which I enjoy a lot.
I heard everything else you said for sure, but yeah.
Yeah, she's a really cool goth chick who mostly talks about TikTok stuff. And I do enjoy coverage of like, I don't know, just like the pop culture that I'm not a part of because I don't use social media. I don't use TikTok.
Same.
So,
well, I watch YouTube Shorts quite a bit.
Right, I don't do that either.
That's a couple weeks behind. TikTok, but
so I sometimes like coverage of that as just like, wow, that's what's going on there. That's cool. I'm gonna, not actually engage with that and still know what's happening. Sweet.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess I watch, dude. I don't know. I've been a little more political this year than previous years, but
well, it is a U.S. election year.
It's an election year.
You live in the U.S.
citizens, unfortunately. How about that presidential debate?
I didn't watch it. I've seen some coverage of it. It seems like exactly what I expected, but
it's pretty much exactly what we all expected. Which thank fucking God.
There's I don't want to get political. There is one of the members of the debate, and it's the one who doesn't make any sense. I don't like hearing his voice or seeing his face or thinking about the things that he thinks or says. So I don't watch the debate, but I saw some coverage of it and I'm, happy with how it went.
Yeah, that's kind of, I've been watching a lot of coverage recently, but I think that I feel better now than I did a while ago about it all. So it's like I was fretting earlier in the year. And now that we're getting closer, I'm like, it's fine.
There were more things to fret about early in the year, I feel. Things have certainly changed a little bit.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let's move on to the ship of the week. So our shipping guy this week is going to be Kazuha. We're focusing on Kazuha. We're going to see who he is good with. That's the point here. So Beto, who is with him in the McDonald's
Uh-huh.
trailer, is something that a lot of people kind of believe in because they travel the world together, they're on the ship together, and that's that.
Beto is the good obvious choice, and I like them as a ship.
Choice. And they've got so much opportunity. You know, they live together on a ship, you know, traveling the world together. So it's like they've got so much opportunity. I guess I'm falling for they're just roommates propaganda with Beto and Kazuha though. Like I understand that they're really good friends, like they get along really well and they live together and stuff, but it's like I just feel like they're just good friends. You know, that's what my brain tells me. I think that Beto's a lesbian and I think Kazuha's gay as fuck. So it's like you know, I
agree with that, unfortunately. Yeah. I like them as a ship because I think that they're cute. I think that Beto is like laid back and fun, and Kazuha is pretty serious, but he's got a really fun side. But my heart says that Beto is hopelessly in love with Ningguang, and I really think that all of my favorite Kazuha ships are also gay. So it does trouble me a little bit. It is easy to buy into the roommate propaganda.
Yeah, it's sad. But like, I think that what you're saying kind of plays into it. Like, I can see a drama movie about like Ningguang, or like Beto is hopelessly in love with Ningguang, and Ningguang is emotionally like, you know, it's fun to imagine her as emotionally available for Beto, but the fact is she's not very emotionally available. Ningguang is in love
with money and power. And,
yeah, so like, that's all. If Beto wanted something more with Ningguang, it's kind of not there canonically. And then Kazuha is stuck up on his boyfriend who got killed by Raiden. So it's like those two are kind of alone together, which is kind of the basis for some relationships that actually work out quite well. So it's like you know,
heartache friends.
Kind of weird. Yeah. And I don't mind it. Like, I don't mind Beto Kazuha. I think it's a good ship, especially if you take it seriously. Like, if you take it seriously, it's kind of a good ship. But, you know, if we're just here for fun, it's kind of almost less intriguing.
Right. Well, I feel like Kazuha is like a widow.
Yeah, exactly.
And Beto is that, you know, best friend that, oops, he's in love with by the end of the movie, you know? And I don't know. I do think there's something there, but it's not there yet because of how much Beto's in love with Ningguang.
Yeah. Which still. I think that there's a world where Kazuha and Beto, you know, they talk all the time about Beto's love of Ningguang and how that's really not going anywhere. You know, and I think that, you know, I think that it could end up being a pretty good ship.
Could get there.
They could get there for sure.
And they're already on a ship, so it saves us money.
Yeah, exactly. Of course.
Because, you know, we ship off all of these pairings on actual ships onto the sea. That's how it works.
Yeah. Saves on the shipping costs. Yeah. So I'd say other options are like the Traveler, of course. You know, everyone is shipped with the Kazuha or shipped with the Traveler, but Kazuha does have quite a few scenes like one-on-one with the Traveler.
It's true, and when we're Lumine and he carries us away, it's sweet.
Yeah, it is. Yep. But we can just move on from that because we heckin' hate the Traveler around here, and Kazuha deserves better. Boo! I hate the Traveler. One I see all the time, I mean, of course, all the time is Heizo.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the Wanderer.
No, dude. Yeah. Well, yeah, the Wanderer is definitely a good option, but people like Heizo's only shipping option is Kazuha. Everyone draws him with Kazuha, and it's kind of, you know.
Yeah, I like it. Heizo doesn't get a lot of smoke.
He doesn't.
So
he doesn't get a ton of attention. It's like Kazuha, maybe Kuki sometimes, but it's like it's mostly Kazuha because Animo boys got to stick together, you know, and that's just kind of. I don't know how much I like that though, because I think that Kazuha is just in a different place in his life than Heizo is. I think
we're gonna need to target Heizo on one of these. Point. Yeah, because he just gets no love. I'm gonna have to refamiliarize myself because like Genshin doesn't give him anything either.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to like go learn about Heizo a little bit.
Yeah. Does he have a Hangout quest? I don't even remember.
Maybe.
Oh, jeez. And that's why we gotta go. We're gonna have to focus on him one day.
That's the problem. I remember going with him to investigate some stuff.
That could have been
early in my time playing.
No.
Because I thought he was cool when we met him. And then I lost interest at some point.
Well, he's a cop, you know, he's a PI.
Yeah,
I guess he's not a cop,
like,
he's a PI, but you know,
he's a PI and he's just like very into his job.
Yeah. And he worships the cops. Like you know, it's not great.
He's
Yeah, so the Wanderer is probably my personal favorite ship for
I
Kazuha.
like the Wanderer with him. I think we talked about this in the Wanderers episode.
We definitely did. Yeah.
But I like them together.
Yeah.
They've both got some anti-Raiden stuff going on. And
yes, they do.
Some love and loss and love again. And Wanderer's friend sort of looks a little like Kazuha, and I don't know. They've got sort of a like, I find you in every lifetime and I love you, in every incarnation. In every universe. Yeah, they got some of that energy going on.
No, that's funny. Yeah, I like it a lot. I think that for those that don't know, definitely, the Wanderer has like a voice line about Kazuha where he hears about Kazuha deflecting Raiden's like ultimate move, and he's starts laughing maniacally, and he's like, "Oh, that's impressive!" Like, and I love it. It's like he's definitely super impressed with Kazuha, rightfully so, because but it's really just a unified hatred of.
It's a unified hatred of the same person. But is it also Kazuha who used to, maybe still does, had that series of art where he steals everybody's hats?
That is definitely Kazuha who steals everyone's hats.
Because Kazuha stealing the Wanderer's hat, I remember being like, my entry point into this ship and going like, oh my God, they're so cute together. Actually, I think they would get along a lot because they both take everything way too seriously, but they're sort of opposite sides of the coin of like gloomy and cheerful. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Kazuha is definitely the kind of guy that like nothing matters. So let's choose what matters together, like kind of guy. Like I think he's got the optimistic nihilistic like view, and then the Wanderer is just an asshole nihilist. So it's like he would be so susceptible to like positive humanist nihilism of like the void only cares if I care, because that's how the universe experiences life, is through me. So I'm going to care. And then, I think that's clear. Wanderer would care about him too. Yeah, the Wanderer would care. And like the Wanderer in the most recent summer Simulanka with the dragon, is an example of what you're talking about. Like the Wanderer cares if someone else in his orbit cares. Like he's not so much of an asshole that if someone like comes to him and he's like, hey, can you please help me with something? He'll be like, no, of course I can't. And then they say, well, what if I say pretty please? And he says, oh, okay, yeah, sure, I'll do it. Like he's that kind of guy. You just have to
nothing
ask
matters,
twice, and that's
nothing matters to the Wanderer except the people that he cares about. He doesn't personally care about very much. And so if he will care about the thing you care about because he cares about you. And I think that's a really good position he'll never admit it. But I think that Kazuha is a good partner for that, because Kazuha has sort of a very similar thing, right? The only things that do matter in life are the things that I think matter, because I'm the only one living my life. And I think
Kazuha is a full ass.
It's a beautiful pairing. No, you're fine.
I agree. Yeah. I was just saying
he's a full ass
philosopher, but yeah. We love Kazuha's viewpoint on the world. Yeah, I think the Wanderer is my personal favorite ship for sure.
I think, in all honesty, it's the only ship that I can back with Kazuha, although I want to back Kazuha Beto, because I just feel like that's what the game wants you to back. But Beto is in love with Ningguang, and there's no denying that.
Yeah. And like Ningguang is with Beto too. Like Ningguang is just
Ningguang is with Beto. She's just sort of using Beto. Probably.
Kinda, yeah. I feel like she kind of feels bad about it. I'm a Ningguang apologist, but I don't know. Like I think that she's like kind of the person that's like, I'm just gonna treat Beto kind of poorly now, and like 20 years from now, she'll forgive me. And like I feel like that's how I feel like she views their relationship. Yeah. She needs like a wake up call with Beto, and then she'll answer the wake up call, but she knows she's just waiting for the wake up call. So it's like a pretty toxic like thing, I feel like.
And to me, I feel like I'm gonna be more apologist about this than you are. I feel like Ningguang is very clear about her intentions. This is what I can offer in a relationship. Physical connection, tea time sometimes. That's it. I'm a busy person. I care about my career. I care about my money. I will not have like a monogamous, meaningful relationship with you. And Beto says like, yes, that is fine. And then goes home and goes, but one day maybe she'll love me. And that's like, Beto's toxicity of wanting more than what is on offer. She's going to hurt her own feelings, and I'm worried about it. And they're not real, and I shouldn't be this worried.
No, I think that's pretty much a perfect read on that. I think that is the perfectly unhinged like view that like we should have of their like if you think about this way too much, I think that is the correct conclusion to come to.
It just feels so obvious to me that that's what's happening.
I agree. I think it's great. Yeah, I think that's pretty much completely accurate after my own hours of research, and I think that that's the type of like read on a ship that I live for. Like this is the point of shipping, is to decide, like how into it is Ningguang. We don't know, but we can do tons of calculations to discern how into it she is. And that's great.
And the answer is only as into it as she's able right now, and it's not as much as Beto wants.
Exactly, which is so sad. But I feel like Beto, they're honestly perfect for each other in that Beto, like I feel like Beto knows she's not going to get all of Ningguang until Ningguang is ready to retire, and she's like kind of like, yeah, I'm fine with this. Like, I think that she like knows what she's signing up for.
Well,
in a way.
Here's me being too invested in this. Beto, if you've played her. No, just a continuation. Beto in her Hangout quest, you learn, was like turned out by her village. She's another Liwa Shinha story where she's like a cursed child, bad luck. And so she doesn't, the amount of love she gets from Ningguang is an abundance in comparison to the rest of her experience. And I think that it's enough for her, even though she deserves more.
Yeah, Beto deserves a whole lot more.
And she
Beto
wants more.
Queen, dude. We heckin' love Beto.
Beto fucking rules. Yeah, this is I love Genshin. I
Right. Yeah, so Kazuha.
Anyway.
What do you think about?
It's Kazuha Wanderer for me.
Kazuha Wanderer, for sure. I think is the best one. But I want to throw out Kazuha Hu Tao because of the and it's kind of weird because my angle here is Kazuha is a very poetic person, and like Venti and Hu Tao had that the poetry event, and it's like I feel like honestly
I wouldn't say there was any chemistry between the two of them, and that's how I think
they'd be great friends. Venti and Hu Tao, I think
they are great friends. Yeah,
and they are. Yeah, they did a whole event. They do event planning together. My thing is, I feel like Kazuha and Hu Tao would actually have a lot to talk about together, like. Because Hu Tao is kind of a poetic person. She likes poetry, and and Kazuha loves poetry. And it's like, I feel like they've got a lot of other like super different things in their life. And Hu Tao and Kazuha are both very understanding people. So it's like, I feel like they could get along. They obviously get along. They play TCG.
I think they get along.
Whatever,
they play TCG like, together.
I think they could find dutiful. Some things to care about together.
I want
TCG to poetry. I know you want to agree with me.
I want to agree. Like, there's just my something...
real argument is like they could like it, and they're both hot. Did I point that out? So it's like like if they get together, they like each other. They could find stuff to talk about. Like they both care about poetry. They both care about TCG or something. Kazuo doesn't care about TCG that much, but it's like I think he could care about it if the person he's banging is into it, and that's kind of the and hey, that's enough sometimes. I don't know, like
I just feel like Hu Tao, like I feel like he's too serious.
He is quite serious. Hu Tao would mess with him, with that for sure. That would be a weakness in
I think she needs someone who's a little more fun, because I think that she would mess with Kazuha a lot and he would be too serious. I think it would be like their fights all the time would be like she's not serious enough and he takes everything too seriously.
I guess I just don't see him taking things too seriously with other people. Like he takes stuff too seriously abstractly, but it's like if someone is playing a prank on him, he wouldn't like hold that against them. But I don't know. But he may not be interested in them though. Because she plays pranks all the time, he wouldn't be interested in her. So I don't know.
I can see them being friends. I like your point about poetry. She's also kind of a philosopher. I like that too. I just don't. I think like personality wise, the jive just isn't there for me. Like there's not a click.
Yeah, that's fair. So speaking of Venti and poetry, what about Kazuha and Venti? There's a lot of Kazuha Venti fan art out there.
I feel like
it's fine. So
I feel like that's fine. Venti's shipping options, because there's not a ton. I feel like Venti is one. He's like kind of slippery in the shipping realm, where he's not very committal, and he's not very serious, and he doesn't like to be in one place or to be tied down.
Which makes him simultaneously great for shipping and also not great for shipping. Well, he's great for shipping fan art.
He's great for hookup fan art, but not for like shipping is about more than that.
Yeah.
I feel like Kazuha would be a good choice, but I don't know that Venti would be. I don't think Venti wants to be in a monogamous relationship. I think that's the problem with Venti as a shipping partner.
I think Venti is kind of like Kazuha, and that like you call Kazuha widowed. I think Venti is kind of widowed too. Like his best friend died a long time ago as well, and that's kind of
But he's like not.
And he's
not looking for something serious.
Yeah.
Because he's like Venti's the kind of widow that's like, I had the love of my life and that's all I needed. I don't need another one, and I won't love again.
Yeah.
Like he'll have all kinds of flings, but I don't think he wants to love again. And Kazuha, I don't think that's true. I think Kazuha, once the vision lit up and he finished the stuff for his friend, like I think he did, for quote unquote friend, I think he did like close the chapter on that, and he could be ready for something else. But I don't think Venti ever will be. Yeah,
I think you're right. Yeah, it's been 500 years or whatever. I don't think Venti's moving on. I think you're right. So. I think Venti's widowed as fuck. It's doomed for Venti romantically.
Until that person gets reincarnated. I guess I will have a Dracula Mina kind of situation.
Venti and me. It's a great, anyway, I think that's all I've got for Kazuha. It's basically every anime boy is Kazuha's thing, he needs someone else with a tragic backstory, and that's kind of
that's Anima's thing. Yeah.
So Auroran's gonna come out, and then that'll be an okay. Kazuha,
maybe. Aurora will be fighting Wanderer for Edgy Boy Nihilist.
Yeah, I'm sure he will be, dude. I mean, he's working with Fatui right now to,
Yeah.
I'm sure for the right reasons, but,
Do you know what? Yeah. I feel like we're not that far away from learning that the Traveler has actually been helping the Fatui the whole time without knowing it. Like, I don't know. I think the big twist in Natlan is gonna be like, and the Fatui were right, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, I really don't like the
I feel like we're going in a weird direction right now.
We are. We're going in a weird direction where somehow, yeah, it's just the trope, the gray area trope where Capitano, he's trying to change the rules and kill the Archon to save the world. That's what he's doing. Just like Arlecchino, which is fine. I think that we're kind of in a space. Speaking of like outside media. There's not very many bad guys in the world right now, media-wise. Like, people don't like pure bad guys. Like, Capitano is not there to destroy that land and bring the world down with him. Yeah.
I love a good villain who's just full evil.
Yeah, Sauron's great.
I don't need my villain to have like a good reason for the bad thing because it's only bad for me and good for other people. I need like I'm going to boil the ocean for fun. I don't know.
Yeah, for fun, dude. Yeah. Which is great. Yeah.
Wait, what's Lex Luthor's plot in that one of the really bad Superman movies? He's going to like turn some of the ocean into land because land is always a good investment or something, just to sell land to the rich people. It's something silly. I don't remember. Something in the middle of the ocean. Like a submarine city, maybe? I don't know. We need some Lex Luthor-ass evil out here. Just Superman accidentally blew his hair off flying too hard, and now he's evil forever, just like as a...
Oh, jeez.
That's okay. Most iterations of Lex Luthor now, that's not the backstory, but originally, the original Lex Luthor, that is it. He got mad because...
Oh, that it's just... It's Superman?
Yeah, he lost his hair because of Superman, and he is on like a revenge vendetta about it because he's just a classic silly bad guy.
Dang. Unlucky. Yeah, I love classic silly bad guys. Sauron from Lord of the Rings is like a perfect thing. If you really have to go gray area, then like Darth Vader's fine. He's cool. He's super evil, but he's got like that one thing he cares about, his son.
I don't know. Darth Vader is an example to me of men get redemption arcs without doing anything redeeming.
Yeah, I mean that's accurate. I think
Grinch
right.
also. Same thing.
Yeah. Pretty much. I mean, the Grinch gave Christmas back after he stole it.
After he stole it. Yeah. And Darth Vader decided not to kill his son.
Which is super heroic, Camry. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, definitely undoes the genocide.
Genocide, yeah.
There were some things, if we think about Darth Vader a little too hard.
Yeah, it's like worse than genocide. He blew up a planet.
Yeah.
he blew up a full ass
I don't know
planet.
What you call it other than genocide, but yeah.
Yeah, that's like worse
planetary
than that.
mass murder, yeah.
Yeah, my guy is not, he's not a very
he's not really redeemable by saying, no, don't kill my son, shock me to death instead. That's not,
no.
He doesn't deserve a full redemption arc, but okay, whatever.
Yeah, I agree with you. But I also, I agree with you. Also, Darth Vader's a better bad guy than...
Darth Vader is a better bad guy.
Some of these gray area people, I like a guy who's willing to blow up a planet more than some of these gray area guys.
I agree. I agree with everything he did as a bad guy. I think Darth Vader is a terrible good guy because they turn him for a full redemption, and he does not deserve.
I like
that.
what you said. Like he's like he's not redeemable in that way, you know, in the way that they kind of want you to feel redeemed, like about him, you know. Yeah. Anyway, we are here at the end. Final thoughts. What's your favorite? What's your Taco Bell order? Tell me that and your final thoughts. Yeah.
I like the quesadillas. They've got that like spicy mayonnaise in there. It's good. My favorite thing used to be a quesarito. That doesn't exist anymore. You can make the order if you like customize the thing. They still have all the ingredients. They just won't make it for you. So you can turn a 5-layer burrito into a quesarito if you try really hard. But then you pay more. So I don't know.
That's tough.
A Crunchwrap Supreme with potatoes instead of meat is surprisingly good.
Okay.
Yeah. I bounce around the menu. I get lots of different stuff.
I get chicken quesadillas every time. I like their chicken quesadillas.
Their quesadillas are great.
I've got a tough time with like Mexican food in general because so Mexican food, real Mexican food doesn't have sour cream in it very often, but American Mexican food has sour cream in it 100% of the time, and I hate sour cream. So it's like a weird like thing where I can't. And I'm pretty sure that the Taco Bell's quesadillas have some sour cream in them.
No, it's just that
I don't think about that.
It's like a Chipotle sauce. There's no sour cream.
Well, that's wonderful news. I love hearing that because I just assumed it had a little bit of sour cream in it, and I just tried not to think about it. But yeah.
Hot sauce mayonnaise or like hot sauce ranch.
Right. Well, I don't like mayonnaise or ranch either. So this is shit.
It's good in there though.
It's good in there. It is, yeah. And that's just how I feel. I like Taco Bell's quesadillas, and I don't think about the sauce that's in there. Yeah.
It's good. There's enough hot sauce in it, you know.
It's good.
It feels like its own thing.
Yeah, and I eat it with hot sauce. Like I get more hot sauce and put it on there. So
what sauce? What spice level do you like?
I get the hot sauce.
Oh, okay. All right. I like the mild sauce. I feel like the hotter the sauce, the more chemically it tastes at Taco Bell.
I like the hot sauce. I like the Diablo sauce, but I feel like there's I don't know. I just stick with hot sauce. That there's like 20 different reasons. I just stick with the hot sauce, and they're all stupid. So it's like I'll just get the hot sauce. I like the mild sauce too.
I think it's the one that tastes the best. It's not always as spicy as I would like, but it has the best flavor, in my opinion.
That's fair.
I don't think I have any other final thoughts. I've given so many thoughts today.
Yeah, dude, we've used all of our thoughts. My final thought is something like, if cryo, why hot, for all the cryo characters. That's there's a joke here somewhere about hot sauce and cryo characters, but I don't know. Anyway, I'm done. Are you done?
I'm done. Okay. Good night to the babies.
Yeah,
I gotta get out of here.
Yeah.